Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Not the funnest topic to have to bring to you tonight out of California. I know, like a lot of you, you've probably been glued to a live stream or a television all day watching this. And, as someone who comes from a country that is known for their wildfires, brush fire, bushfire, whatever you want to call it, we call them bushfires here. This is uh, it reminds me of the one we had in Victoria many years ago called Black Saturday. It really does. And it had a similar meteorological uh, setup. There was these super high winds that got a hold of these fires and caused absolute destruction. There is a good documentary on YouTube if you ever want to watch it. And I mean, you hear some of these words that the people are saying about what they witnessed, and one of the guys I remember he said, "I heard it before I even saw the fire." He said it sounded like a jet engine coming towards my home, and I suspect we may see that tonight. I saw an update a couple of minutes ago. I've seen a bunch of updates, but this is the one I'm interested in is here. I'll show it to you because I always keep an eye on these when I'm looking through wildfires. It says, most destructive windstorm in a decade to hit California tonight amid warnings worst is yet to come. And this is what they're mentioning on here. I'll turn my thing on. Hey guys, good to see you. Hey, coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia right now. Um, they're talking about the possibility of fire tornadoes happening in this region tonight due to the fires already being so advanced to being flamed by these winds. And then what happens is they make their own weather system, so they almost become like an all-in-one like fire. It feeds itself, and how it does that is these winds whip it up and it will make a pyrocumulus, and it'll basically act like a thunderstorm, but the thunderstorm is being driven by heat. Because when you have a normal thunderstorm, what does the thunderstorm want? It wants warm, moist air inflowing into the storm. The fire sort of does that for it. When it's burning vegetation, it's burning, things that contain water, and the heat and some of the water from what it's burning goes up into the pyrocumulus. You can. There was an EF3 fire tornado in Canberra in the early part of the 2000s. There was another fire tornado in California only a few years ago. It also was registered as a EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale, and there's photos of it. I'll show you actually. It was not too far away from where this one was, I don't think. Although my geography of California is pretty poor. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find the footage of it. I don't know if it's this one. The one that they had, it was this just giant one that happened. It might be this one. The UC. I think it might be this one from Cal Fire. This is actually a rotating tornado here, and in the footage you can see it grinding along the ground. So this won't only burn your house down, it'll relocate your house and the cars and everything else. I mean, a bushfire is bad enough. The last thing you want is a bloody tornado coming down as well. I hear Morning says wildfires are terrifying. I was visiting family and was evacuated, but my dad wouldn't leave until the last person left. But they wouldn't go without some rare antiques. The fire was so close. Yeah, I've had a bushfire literally down the end of my street one year. Down the end of my street is a giant park, and someone left a campfire going, and it turned into like a giant bushfire. We had like, water bombers and stuff like that. Really, really awful. I was trying to find a better photo of this. Brought us a fire tornado. I don't know. Yeah, this is probably a better sort of some better images of it. You can kind of see that rotation in the smoke here. But these are, yeah, these are pretty common. Not super common, but when you get these high winds and you get these fires that start, making their own weather systems within it, these type of things can happen. I hope not. I hope not, because they are terrifying. I don't think anything. I don't know if you could ever say it's not. It's almost like a sharknado. You combine two of the worst things on earth, like a great white shark and a tornado. Well, that's not real, except if it was over water and it picked up sharks or something. But this is actually real. They do happen. There is a difference too. I saw some media today saying, "Oh, we're watching out for fire whirls," and I was like, "That's not the same thing." Firewall is very small. It's they're those little tiny ones you see that kind of spin along the ground, and sort of like a dust devil, but it's made out of fire. They're very small. They're not going to do a ton of damage or anything. But fire tornadoes really will. They will literally just relocate your home. It's interesting. Some of the early studies on fire tornadoes when they happened were from the Canberra bushfires in 2003 in Australia. And why they started questioning, this fire had moved through a region, right? And these people were doing sort of like a study after the fire, and they're looking around and they're going, why is there no roofs on these homes, and why are the cars upside down, and like why is there trees missing? And they were really confused. They're like, what is going on here? It's very strange. And they were able to look at it, like some of the footage from a helicopter that had been doing like firework, and they found that there was a tornado. And then some footage came in. They were able to show a homeowner who was videotaping the fire actually caught this very classic V-shaped tornado on the ground. And yeah, it's unreal. Unreal. I think I've shown the footage on this channel before. Hold on, I'll show it to you. 2003. Yeah, Mount Arawong tornado back in 2003. Okay. Oh, that's not how we do that. Open a new tab. Okay, here we go. Why we have to go to here, I don't know.
Hey, listen to it. That's the mountain over the back of the Burns Cup towards Chapman. Coming in them poor bastard houses. And heading our way. Holy shit.
All right, so you will. It's a little hard to make it out right now, but it's in the center. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's been a while since I watched this footage. Let's go a little further in, and you do end up seeing this like just massive tornado in the. There it is. So it's on the left side of your screen right now. So there you go. That was the one from 2003 in Canberra, and some of the most crazy footage I've ever seen. And this guy is sitting here, and I don't think he knew what he was looking at. I just think he's like, is this Armageddon? I'm not sure. But if they are saying that these might be happening in LA, there's a pretty good shot of it, actually. You can see it right near those goalposts here. It's, you can tell how large it is compared to those, sporting goalposts here. This thing is large. Let me check. There you go. There you go, right in the middle there. that ended up being, I think they estimated it was an EF3, which is nothing to sneeze at. If there was an EF3 in Oklahoma today, it'd be all over the news. So last thing you want is a bushfire or wildfire with one of these inside of it. And what it does is it exponentially spreads the fire. So normally the fire will move, and these things just accelerate and it throws things out, and you end up getting these ember showers that come out of it, and it just eats ground. So when you already think of these fires moving very quickly because of the wind, these fire tornadoes, guys, hold on. Sorry, Rory's being very naughty today. Very naughty. She's clawing. Yeah, it is. This is quite a large one. The LA Fire Department is, yeah, I was just about to mention that they are so hard up for help that they're saying if there are any firefighters within the region to call a hotline and to come in. They need help. They don't have enough people, and they're hoping there'll be more people to go fight fires. They need people to go fight. Thavi says 100-mile-per-hour winds are no joke. Hubby is watching the fire live on his phone. Yeah, I've been watching it. What? Okay, that was weird. I got a weird email. I'm early. I like to be early for things. Hey, WB, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Gayla's here. Thavi 40's here. April B, Mr. Dan Yee. That could be a rap. April B, Dan Yee. All right, I'm not a rapper. Rachel's here. Marilyn Landis is here. It's my friend Sienna. Jetty Star as well. Thanks for being here. Rachel. Who else have we got up here? Who else did come into the chat? Cat's Gallery's here. Nanalana. I hate mornings. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? It's good to see you. Retired RN. Robbie T. Hey, my friend. Hey, you should be getting an email very shortly. I saw today that they've started to make your hoodie. I saw the update in my emails this afternoon. So they only opened up on Monday. So you should get I'm hoping by the end of the week you'll get your courier number. Lynn D says they're also running out of water. It's amazing, right? I was watching the planes not this afternoon, but today for me. I was watching some of them. I'll show you. I got a screenshot I can show you. If I go here and I go here, the people that do this work are amazing. I am always in awe of them. And you see these super scoopers is what they're calling them on the news, but it's like an aeroplane with a thing on its belly, and they kind of skim the water and they fill it up full of water, and then they go and dump it on the fire. It's not an easy job. Like, you have to be quite skilled to be able to do it. So the men and women who do this and pilot or the assistant or whatever they do, they have all my respect in the world. Same with the people on the ground, the people in the command post, but the pilots, they work in some of the most horrific conditions that you could think of, like fire, smoke, low visibility, high winds, multiple aircraft around, often working very closely near helicopters or other planes. Yeah, they do such a vital part. They do such a great job. And, I'm always in awe of what they do. Lindy says, can't use, yes. So I posted this a few hours ago as well. I said, I hope they can get the air assets into the air and get working, because eventually they're going to get shut down. Once the winds become too high and there's not enough visibility, they just shut them off. And I'm pretty sure I checked. Yeah, they're gone. So I was watching it earlier. They were just over here somewhere, and they're not there anymore. There was about 6 or 7 aircraft. There was a mix between the Chinook and a few other things, planes, helicopters, super scooper things, and they were all, circling around here, but they've all gone to bed for the night. They've all just disappeared. The conditions are just too harsh for them to work right now, and the visibility is so low that they're not able to, which is very frightening for the people in that region. April B says 2025 isn't going well so far. It has been a hell of a, what is it, 8 days. It's like everything has happened. Just name things and they probably happened. We've had manhunts. We've had, that thing that happened in New Orleans and Nevada. We've had a crazy firework explosion in Hawaii. In Australia, we've had multiple things happen. It's been a wild week of 2025. It really has. Marlene says often they use prisoners who are well behaved to help. I like that, and I mean only if they want to. I don't think they should ever be forced to do that. You don't want someone out there that's timid anyway. But if there are inmates who have the skill and the desire to help the community in that way, I think that is it is very courageous of them too. It's hard to fight fires. It's not an easy thing, and I wish them their safety too for a lot of them. A lot of them are low-level prisoners who are there for like drug crimes or something like that. And I hope they're safe as well and helping the community. Kathleen says, I have a childhood friend that lives in the LA area. LA is a big place, so as long as they don't live in this little green bit here, they're probably all right. Marlene says they learn a skill. Yeah, that's really good. I hope if they do ever get out, if they're serving a determinate sentence, that they use it. They use it when they come out. It's a great way to help the community after you serve your debt to society. You can keep helping the community when you get back out by being a firefighter or joining a county fire team or civil response or something. They do that here too. RX Girl, hey my friend, good to see you. Kathy Lynch, moderator of Doom, is here. Okay, we're going to keep on top of this. We're going to keep checking in from time to time, but I wanted to talk about that. What are they saying here? Yeah, so they're saying anything after 10 p.m. tonight and about 5 a.m. in the morning is really the danger time, although bushfires seem to be danger all the time. But the worst of it's going to be overnight tonight, which makes it even more scary to me. It makes it, it's sort of like nighttime tornadoes in Louisiana or Mississippi, and they happen at nighttime, and it always seems to be more destructive. More people end up, unfortunately, dying, and seems to be happening with this fire, unfortunately. There's a little update here from authorities. I'm going to play it for you before we move on. And if I can get this to load, it's only a minute.
Since this morning, about 7 a.m., I've been in direct communication with Mayor Bass, who's on her way home from a diplomatic mission on behalf of the United States government. She will be here within hours. Also, we want everybody to know that the city is well prepared and has a tremendous emergency management infrastructure who has been on the case since 6 this morning at the beginning of this wind event. I'm proud to say that we have some of the best men and women anywhere in our fire department, our police department, as well as their partners across the state and across the county. I am also want everybody to know that as acting mayor and president of the LA City Council, along with the county, and we'll hear from the governor later, the city of LA is declaring a state of emergency through this wind event, and we'll have all resources on deck. And our personal ask, and we'll hear from the council member from this district, but if you can stay off of our roads, please do so to allow emergency vehicles to go across the city.
Yeah, they're saying that because earlier today, when the fire first took hold, people just abandoned their vehicles in the street, and then the first responders couldn't get to the fire, so they bulldozed them. Like, not kidding, they're just like, oh, it's what's that TV show where they kill all the vehicles? It's sort of like that, and they just push them off the highway. I heard that this particular region where this fire is located, there's not too many access roads. The access roads in and out, I think it's like 1 or 2 roads. It's not it doesn't have a ton of places to go, and that's why it's so vital that those roads were open. But yeah. Marlene says, hit the like and sub if you are new. We are a nice bunch. Yes, please do that if you could. I would really appreciate it. We've been doing a lot of work since, forever. We work hard every day. Feel like it never stops, but I love being here with all of you. It says here, here's the update about, was about half an hour ago. All aircraft grounded as visibility deteriorates amid fears Los Angeles is running out of water. They say, what? There's a giant thing called the Pacific next to to the thing. I saw them taking water from it today. So I mean, they might run out of fresh water, but seawater they do have. Although you can't use that everywhere because it makes like fires and stuff. It makes it worse. They're saying aircraft helping to fight the fires from the skies have been grounded as wind conditions worsen and visibility deteriorates. According to scanners in the area, those on the ground battling the intense blaze are starting to experience shortages in their supplies, particularly water. Man, look at that. What a great job that those people in that helicopter are doing. Well done to them. They say new brush fire in Pasadena diverts resources. So yeah, there was another fire that popped up in Pasadena, and they're saying that blaze is also fast moving and being spurred by the winds. It erupted just over an hour ago, and is already occupying 400 acres of land. 400. That is, I don't even know how to envision 400 acres. They're saying emergency support to victims of the Palisades fire. Yeah, this is crazy. Los Angeles Fire Department is begging for help, as someone in the chat mentioned. They say the LAFD is so low on resources. It is asking any firefighters in the area to call a hotline to potentially come in and fight the blaze. They said they had noted a reporter had noted that they had covered the cities for years and had never seen a public call out for firefighting help. They say the hotline for that was 213-576-8963, and there's over 90,000 people without power within California right now. Oh my lord, it's like one thing after another. Did I see someone in chat said it was again another? Where is it? Someone said it was a power line that fell. Not again, man. How many times does that happen in LA? Like a billion times a power line is snapped and caught on fire. It's just call and tell them. Who am I calling? I'm not sure who I'm calling. Yeah, I did call you the moderator of doom. She will doom you with the hammer. She'll get ya. She'll get ya. Rachel says the pilots are absolutely amazing. I agree. They do. Even the people on the ground too. There's a documentary about the Canadian wildfire that happened a few years ago. They called it The Beast. I listened to some of those firefighters as they were talking about having no supplies, similar to what was happening tonight. And they're sitting in these, because they're not outside the fire, they're inside. They're sitting there with no water, no foam, no, fire retardant or whatever. And they're just putting calls out on the radio going, we don't have any water. Our tank is empty. What do we do? We're surrounded by fire. I mean, these people that do the job are very brave people. Kaliza says, so scary. When we had the Paradise fire near us a few years ago, my sister's family lost 3 homes they previously lived in. Thankfully, she moved right before it happened. The Paradise fire was awful. What happened? Oh, about using ocean water. They already know. They were doing it today. They already know. It's just some things they can use it for, some things you can't. See, there you go. He's on the ocean. He's taking water from the Pacific. There you go. They know. They don't need ping to tell them anything. They'd be like, why is this Australian guy on the phone? Why is he calling from Australia at midnight? Why? He's telling us something about ocean water. It's very strange. Carliza says, so many people we know have been affected by nearby fires, like being stranded on the only road out, surrounded both sides by walls of fire. Yeah. Kathy Lynch says, honest people, I'm really nice. She's nice, but she's deadly with that hammer. She will get you. Yeah. All I can tell you is I hope California is going to be okay, and I hope no one loses their life or anything, especially like a firefighter or even normal people. But it's always very sad when you hear of people who are trying to help and they end up being the ones who succumb to smoke inhalation, get trapped in a fire. We were talking about the fire tornadoes before, right? There was one a couple of years ago in Australia. The fire tornado formed, moved across the fire ground, picked up a fire truck, not tipped it over, picked it up and threw it. And the fire truck rolled and killed the fireman. And that happened a couple of years ago in Australia. A tornado picked up a fire truck. That thing is like multiple tons and full of water. And I don't know what kind of, EF scale that would have had to have been. But to pick up a full-size fire truck and roll it is crazy. So one of the worst incidents I've ever heard of something like that here. Gayla says it's all the animals that die because they can't escape. Yeah, it is very sad. People are trapped inside right now, like inside their homes. That's not good. It was angry. Yeah, I might be able to show you that for a second. Hold on. Yep, here we go. Nope. So that was it apparently. I've never actually seen this footage before. There you go. You can see it rotating up into the sky here, and yeah, they said the New South Wales Bushfires Coronial Inquest has heard how a fire tornado sent smoke and flames 6 kilometers into the air. There you go. You can see how tall that thing is. It had wind speeds of more than 320 kilometers an hour in the tornado. What is that in miles? 320 miles, miles per hour, 2 km. No, it's no, kill. It's the other way around, ping. Kilometers. Good work, ping. Yep, there we go. Almost 200 kilometers an hour, miles per hour, just shy of 200 mile per hour winds inside of that tornado that killed the fireman in Australia. They're saying it flipped the 10 ton fire truck, killing a rural fire service volunteer. They said the Calcan firefighter Samuel McPaul died and 2 other members of the brigade were injured when the tornado hit their fire truck in Jingellic near the New South Wales Victorian border on December 30, 2019. The inquiry on Tuesday heard the tornado, also known as a fire vortex, came from the Green Valley fire, which was started by lightning the day before. They say statements to the inquest from the RFS members defending a property nearby described watching the fire move towards them and the destruction it caused. The winds were picking up a lot and it was getting very hot. I could see the fire getting bigger and I could tell we were in for a S fight if it went on. There's a photo of Paul there. Mick Paul and his beautiful wife. Very sad, and that he lost his life trying to help the community. They say RFS Group Captain John Hawkins said he could see the tornado coming down the Green Valley Mountain towards them. As I looked up the hill, I could see a large whirlwind or tornado starting to build up. I hadn't seen anything like this tornado before. They say a report read to the inquiry from the Bureau of Meteorology said the conditions were right for for fire vortexes or tornadoes due to the low humidity, high temperatures, and strong winds. That's what they have in California right now. They said it is said this type of weather event was rare and extreme. The report estimated the winds in the tornado at Jingellic were in excess of 320 kilometers per hour, and its path of destruction was around 60 meters wide. However, it went for just a few minutes. The one in Canberra went for like over an hour. So this one was only short-lived. The one in Canberra was, on the ground for ages. And they say the fire tornado had burnt and sucked everything from the ground into it. And trees in the damaged path were torn out of the ground and thrown, in some cases, 100 meters to the south of the tornado. The Green Valley fire burned 46,000 hectares and continued for 53 days. This was from the inquest into his death. So there you go. C. Taylor said, there are some feeds out there with active fires, attempted rescues. There was a retirement center evacuating seniors, rolling them out of their beds. Wow. I hope they're okay. I really do. Thavi says, praying for everyone involved and hoping that more help arrives quickly. Hopefully they can get some reinforcements, because these people that fight the fires, they often run on like 18-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts, and they are exhausted by the time reinforcements show up, and they end up with like really bad fatigue and just really tired and exhausted. It's hard work fighting fires. Ben Popcorn says the winds are unbelievable. Yeah, I was seeing some footage. I don't know if I have it here to show you. Here, I can show you quickly on the local Fox. Look at that lady's hair. Look at this lady. Look at everyone's hair in that. This guy doesn't have any hair, but you get what I mean. Look at her hair. She's wearing goggles too. And there's a bit of a live photo of the fires being whipped up. Everyone's trying to protect themselves. Those winds are crazy. Never seen anything like it. Anyway, we can't live stream this, unfortunately, because we'll get in trouble. But there's just a little, the winds are crazy. Yeah, her hair's just gone. Hey, Ben Popcorn, good to see you. Yeah. So pretty brutal. I hope everyone's going to be okay. I really do. These fire situations can be unbelievable. The things that happen inside them, like I just showed you, it's insane. This was the one earlier today. I'll show you this one. We were watching this one earlier where the fires were behind all these homes, and it felt like these poor people were just waiting for their homes to burn down. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure they did, unfortunately, but yeah, it's crazy. Winston, yeah. Okay. So we did that. Okay. Let me just move that. Yeah, they say Los Angeles running out of water is 30,000 from Malibu to Celebrity Enclave, Calabasas, are ordered to evacuate. Wildfires ground fighting aircrafts. What? The wildfire has grounded firefighting aircraft as thousands of homes are scorched. Look at that photo of the street with the palm trees. The one thing I've heard about palm trees is that they're really, really flammable, because the fronds on top act like a torch. So when they get on fire, they just act like a giant torch, and they go up very easily. Just a really bad night in LA for everyone. April B says, I'm sure the firefighters are exhausted and traumatized. This isn't an ordinary situation. I hope they're getting some turnaround, but it doesn't sound like it that they're asking for more people. It sounds like these people have probably been working all day long and getting no respite. Rats live in the palm trees. Is they do? How do they how do they get up there? They just climb up the tree, or they fly? Do they fly? You have flying rats in LA. I've never heard of such a thing, but I believe you. I believe that could be a real thing. All right, let's go here. All right, shall we talk about some true crime for a minute? Since this is primarily a weather channel, and we sort of just do a little bit true crime. I want to talk to you about our friend. He's not really our friend, but I like to make fun of him a little bit. They are still searching for the Wisconsin man, Virgil G. Few or whatever his name is. They are still looking for him. It is a statewide alert, and for some reason, they haven't been able to track him down. And even today, they're still saying they don't believe he's in the area. But what the hell is going on? Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Like I said, Rory's being really naughty, and she was just screaming from the back room, and I'm like, did she get stuck in a door or? And went in there. She's just sitting there on the floor, and I'm like, why are you like? What's wrong? She just wants attention. Hey, Shell, how are you, my friend? Shell says, wow, watching the news coverage, the fires are just north of me, about 30 minutes. I was thinking about you what was a while ago, when in your town they had that Christmas parade that the motorcycle hit the people. And I was like, oh, Shell lives not too far from there. And I was like, I hope she wasn't there for the parade at Christmas. So I hope you're doing okay. I was thinking about you when that parade accident happened with the police. So I hope you're doing okay, my friend. Some true crime, a different type of depressing news. It is a little bit. It is, but they're still looking for Mister. I like Gayla's suggestion. We should just call him Virgil Ooh. We'll just call him that. He is a bit ooh. I think that's what they should change his last name to. He is a wanted triple homicide suspect and a manhunt throughout the state of Wisconsin for killing two young girls, 12 and 13, plus a 33-year-old woman. And yeah, we still don't really know why he killed them. We like, no one knows. But they located the bodies after the father of one of the girls tracked her phone to his apartment. They broke in and found a bedroom in the home that had multiple locks on it, like something out of a serial killer type movie where like he's got the secret room and it's got a bunch of locks on it, very much like that. And when they broke into that room, they finally got in there. They discovered on the bed the bodies of those two young girls and the adult female. And the FBI and the US Marshal Service are currently working very hard to try and track this guy down. Now, I heard that for some reason, they believe he may have found or located another vehicle. From where, I don't know. But they found one vehicle he had, and now they're worried he may have got another vehicle. Okay, so that is your update for that right now. There's not a ton of new information, but I do have something else from Wisconsin, actually. A case we talked about a few months ago got a little bit of an update today. If I can load this up. Yes. So we brought you this a couple of months ago. Michael Pop, the man accused of killing Terry Dalloway. I'm hoping I pronounced that even 1% right. In 1985, so a historical is a weird word, but yes, I was 1 year old at the time. Appeared in court on Tuesday where he pleaded not guilty to the charges. While the hearing was held via Zoom in Monroe County Court, Pop was in custody from Vernon County Jail Cell, where he's been held since his arrest in September. Pop pleaded not guilty to 5 charges, including the murder plus 2 felonies in Monroe County, which include stalking with a domestic abuse modifier. And I'll show you that. Here he is here back in 1984. If he is... Do they give us an age? Okay. Michael Pop. Sorry, how old is this guy? Hold on. I was hoping to give you... Why did it not list it? Okay, he is an ageless man. A man with no... Okay, he's 60 years old. Really? Okay, I thought he was like 85, but okay, 60. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges, which is very vain, very vain. And it's saying here, there he is in court. This is the person he is accused of killing. They're saying he won't return to court again until June 9th for a status hearing. Let me play a little bit here for you. Terry Dalloway, or Dalloway, or whatever you pronounce it. Yeah, we brought you this when he was arrested in September, but now he has pled not guilty. Let's see how badly I mispronounced that last name. Let's play the video if it will.
We begin tonight with Michael Pop, the man accused of killing Terry Dalloway, that murder taking place back in 1985. Now, Pop appeared in Monroe County Court from a Vernon County jail cell. Pop pleaded not guilty to 5 charges, including 2 felonies in Monroe County, which included stalking with a domestic abuse modifier. In addition to those charges, Pop also pleaded not guilty to murdering Terry Dalloway back in 1985. Pop will be back in court for a status hearing that is set for June 9th at 10:15.
So June 9th at 10:15. Now, if you want me to refresh your memory a little bit, if I can grab this link, I'll show you the article from back in September. And I remember we covered it, explaining how Terry was killed. And if I go here, it should pop up. No. Good work, Ping. Yeah, here we go. Just pause that. They say in 1985, a Wisconsin college student was found decapitated in a culvert. A man has now been charged in her killing. They say a Western Wisconsin man has been charged in the 1985 killing of a college student whose decapitated body was found days later after she vanished. Oh yeah, is this the guy who had the infatuation with her? Yeah, I think it might be. They say Michael Raymond Pop of Tuma, or is it Toma or Tuma, was arrested Monday on 1 count of first-degree murder in the slaying of the 24-year-old Terry Dalloway. He was being held at the Vernon County Jail on a $1 million cash bond. He has not this is back then. He had not retained an attorney, but he was in court today, so he must have an attorney now. But they said here, prosecutors said Pop knew Dalloway, a River Forest, Illinois native who was a senior at the University of Wisconsin La Crosse at the time of her killing. He lived a short distance from where she lived. with her fiance, according to a criminal complaint. They say officials previously said that she had left her purse at home, she did not have her car, and her dog was missing. At the time of her disappearance, she worked full-time as a bar manager at an upscale restaurant. There's a photo of her from back then. They say Dolly went missing February 14th, 1985, from her Bear Mills home. Days later, her decapitated and burning body was found in a roadside culvert in Vernon County. Her head has never been located. They say years after the initial investigation, a paint chip was located in a sheet that had wrapped the body of the victim. They say officials said at the time that the paint was possibly from the trunk of a vehicle that the body was transported in. The complaint states that Pop told police in March 1985 that he and his girlfriend went to pool tournaments with Dolly and her fiance, and they were often pool partners. Yes, that's right. And he had some sort of weird infatuation with her. DNA samples taken from Pop in January 2023 match material found in Dolly's autopsy, according to the complaint. While Pop originally said Dolly was only a casual acquaintance, here we go. When authorities presented him in March 2023 with DNA evidence linking him to her killing, he changed his story and said he had maybe had a little affair with her for 6 to 8 months before her death. Pop said he lied because it's a pretty serious case. You think so? And he did not want to be associated with it. That's something a murderer would say, right? It's a pretty serious case. I lied because I didn't want to be associated with it. Sounds like something a murderer would tell the police. According to the complaint, Pop denied killing her and told police he is not a violent person. What, just only that one day? You just one day you were violent. I don't know. I think he tried to probably. I think we read he had some sort of infatuation with her from going to these pool tournaments, and I think we came to the conclusion that he probably wanted, the prize that he wasn't allowed to have. Yep, the DNA, and he is stuffed. Hope they get. Yes, that's his name. His name is Poop. His name is Mr. Poop. That's right. Oh my god, I now have a cat here. What are you doing? Hi. Look here. You can see the orange cat. Hi guys. Hey, Muffin. Hey, Bob Bell. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What's wrong? We're doing a show. Can you see? Hey, we're doing a show. Hey, you can sleep on Dad's lap later. Hey, come on. We've got a show to do. Hey, oh, you're a sweet boy. Hey. Ah. All right. Yeah, he just jumped out and oh my god, Muffin, no, Papa. Hey, you can sleep on Dad's lap after, okay? It's very difficult to do the show with you wanting to cover the microphone. Okay? Mr. Attention Seeker? Mr. Attention Seeker, that's what I'm going to call him. All right, Mr. Orange Cat? Okay. All right, Mr. Purring. Okay. Let's find that original article for Mr. Poop. Raymond, what's his name? Michael Raymond Poop. Okay, Mr. Michael Raymond Poop. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Muff, hey, stop. All right, let's go to WQOW News.
Authorities in Vernon County have cracked a 39-year-old cold case with the arrest of a Toma man who they say murdered a Wisconsin woman.
Michael Pop is charged with first-degree murder in Vernon County. He is now 60 years old, but would have been 21 at the time of the murder. He appeared in a courtroom this afternoon. Court records show he was an acquaintance to Terry Dalloway, back in 1985. She went missing on Valentine's Day.
Terry was missing until her body was ultimately found on Mohawk Valley Road in Vernon County on February 18th of 1985. When Terry's body was found, she had been decapitated and burned.
DNA evidence found during the autopsy in 1985 was tested and recently connected to Pop. Authorities say advancements in technology made that possible. According to the criminal complaint, Pop was interviewed back in 1985. He denied having any kind of relationship with Dalloway.
Yeah, for a man who denied having any relationship with her, much of his DNA was in her. That is very strange, right? Very strange. These guys always seem to deny it until they're like, "Hey, we found your, pineapple juice inside of her love canal. Have fun with that." Our scientists said it's been there all along. Let's see. Jojo, hey, my sweet friend, how are you? Jojo says, lately I just pop in and out. My son is having sleeping issues. I'm sorry your son is having trouble sleeping through the night. I hope that clears up for you soon. That must be very, very difficult. I've actually been having very bad insomnia for like the last 2 weeks. And if you speak to me outside of the show, you've probably noticed that I've been messaging people at like 5:30 in the morning because I'm just not sleeping. It's just I've had it for years, and unfortunately, I get into cycles with it, and I'll be fine for like 9 months, and I'll get into like a period of it, and I'll have it for like a month or so, and then it goes away again. But at the moment, I don't know why, but I've got it again. I've got it again, and I'm getting like an hour of sleep every night. That's it. It is brutal. It's not fun. So I understand what's going on with your son. Hey, by the way, that story that Lisa brought to us last week, very good news. Hiker missing in the Kosciuszko National Park in Australia since the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, has been found alive. They're saying Hadi Nazari has been missing for 2 weeks, but has been located alive and hopefully taken into, for treatment because he's probably going to need it. But he survived out into one of the most roughest terrains in Australia that is at elevation, and he was able to use his skills and what he knew about the bush to be able to survive 2 weeks. That is a hell of a long time to be out there. They're saying medical student Hadi Nazari, 23, was last seen about 2:30 p.m. on Boxing Day after heading down to the Hannell Spur Trail at Gehi, between Carncoban and my Australian friends are going to kill me, and Thredbo. Family speaking to 9 News confirmed Nazari had called them to tell him he was alive and okay. Good work. Happy to hear that this young man is going to be able to head home to his family and friends. They say, we talked to him. He is okay. He is fine. We are very happy. It is the happiest days of our lives. They say it is believed Nazari was found by other hikers 20 kilometers from the main command post. They say Nazari had taken camping gear with him for a short camping stint before he was meant to meet up with friends at the campgrounds, but he never showed up. Good work. I'm happy that that he's been found alive. They said he had stopped on the trail to take photos and went missing in the remote national park shortly after. A search party found a number of items belonging to him on Sunday at a makeshift campsite, including a camera and a lighter. They also found a hiker pole and rubbish in a separate area on New Year's Eve, which they also believe belonged to him. They say the search party expanded to involve several agencies, including New South Wales Police Rescue and Bomb Disposal Unit, and the Riverina Police District officers, the SES, the National Parks and Wildlife Service, New South Wales Ambulance, RFS, VRA Rescue New South Wales, Pole Air, and Westpac Lifesaver helicopters. They say the search for Nazari, which involved more than 300 people, was about to enter its 3rd week when he was found today. Volunteers and searchers had remained hopeful they would find the missing man alive in the national park. Now, the reason they thought that they were going to find him alive is they think he was able to find water to be able to drink, and that he had enough camping gear with him to be able to survive. So he did survive, thank the Lord. And he can go home after a checkup at hospital and see if he's okay. Kathy says, do you think traveling messed up your sleep? Yes. When we're in Tasmania, that's when it started, and I noticed in Tasmania I wasn't sleeping properly, and it's continued since I got back, unfortunately. So yes, I do. April B says, I've had insomnia for years. Sometimes I take meds, sometimes I don't. I have a ridiculous amount of anxiety. Yes, I suffer from very bad anxiety too. It's part of my ADHD, unfortunately. A lot of people who have ADHD as a child often develop anxiety issues when they get into adulthood. And seems to be I'm one of the people that got that. So, yeah, I could have been the traveling. It could have been the traveling. Well, I'm stressed every day about everything. But it could have been the traveling and the stress of the wedding and stuff like that. It could have, but it hasn't. It hasn't fixed itself yet, unfortunately. Hopefully soon. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep. Yeah, they're saying young hiker missing in Kosciuszko National Park. Breaking news is found after he disappeared almost 2 weeks ago. But apparently he has been in touch with his family. That is great news. And there you go. That's what he looked like. So you can see he's got quite a lot of gear. Unlike some people who go missing that have nothing, he looks like he at least had enough to, give him a chance at survival, which is what happened. He survived. Good planning, good gear, and probably some knowledge and luck, and he's done all right. April B says, I have ADHD too. It's a gift and a curse. There's some good things about it, and there's some very annoying things too. Marlon Clausen says, welcome to the club. Yeah, that's right. Thavi says, I have insomnia when I travel, but I have anxiety all the time. Yes, imagine now being someone who hosts a 2-hour live show every day and have to talk to everyone in the world on YouTube. It definitely doesn't help the anxiety. Jojo says, I hate mornings. Yeah, I hope your son is going to be okay. I don't take anything for it. I've never, not since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to be on whatever the brand name is for the chemical that starts with DEX and then it has a word at the end of it that sounds like a thing bikers might sell to make money. I can't say that word on YouTube, but I used to have to take that. Oh, hey, thank you. I hate mornings. What is this? Oh, that's not good. Thanks for sending it to me. Okay, what is this? In Pierce County. I don't know if I know where Pierce County is. Hold on, guys. Let me fix my microphone. What the hell is going on here? Deputies found a woman in a bedroom and another man in the bathroom and fluids leaking from the bottom of 2 fridges. Ugh. They're saying new documents shed light on the scene where 4 people were found dead inside a... How do you pronounce that town? Pull up or pull you up? I don't know how to pronounce that. Someone will have to tell me who's a local. Apparently on New Year's Eve, they said little was known about the circumstances surrounding the deaths when the bodies were found on December 31st, 2024. However, search warrant documents provide some details about the harrowing scene. Multiple items seized from the scene include guns, cell phones, and 2 notes that were attached to one of the refrigerators stating time of death, July 24th. July 24th, half a year ago, July 24th at 5:45 a.m. and time of death, July 24th, 3 p.m. Detectives previously said the 4 victims found inside the home were adults and that all of the bodies were in a state of decomposition. In the days before the discovery of the bodies, a Pierce County Sheriff's Department deputies were dispatched to the home in the 18,900 block of Eastwood Avenue East for a welfare check on December 23rd after a neighbor called police. The neighbor reported that they had not seen the husband, the wife, or their son at the home since August, and that the husband's new truck had recently been towed from the driveway. Deputies later discovered the truck had been repossessed, not by a ghost, by the company. The deputy spoke to neighbors when on scene, who said the husband usually works on his vehicle outside with the garage door open. Other neighbors said food deliveries and packages were typically picked up within a couple of days. With no answers at the door and no obvious signs of smell or forced entry, or attempts to contact the homeowners were unsuccessful. Well, then the deputies left the scene. But then, on December 29th, deputies received a welfare check request from a person in Florida who said she was a friend of one of the sons of the homeowners. She said the son's girlfriend posted online on November 12th, 2024, that she was considering S-word with the son. With the help of the friend, deputies were able to connect with another one of the homeowner's sons. He told deputies he had not spoken to his father since September. The son told deputies he thought it was weird that his father's truck had been repossessed. On New Year's Eve, the son and the homeowner's eldest son went to the home to check on their parents with a deputy on standby. Documents stated they removed an AC unit on the second floor to enter the home. Less than a minute after entering the home, documents state one of the sons rushed out of the home and said he saw a woman in a room covered in blood. The deputy smelled a distinct odor of decomp at the door of the home as more units responded to the scene. Documents state the home was very messy in the kitchen. The refrigerator door was partially open, with a door propped against it, with fluids coming from the bottom of the fridge. Ugh. They said during a secondary sweep of the home, deputies saw 2 notes on the fridge door indicating a time of death from July. Another freezer or fridge in the garage that was also leaking fluids had additional notes on it indicating date of death sometime in July. In a bedroom upstairs, deputies found a woman on the bed who was obviously dead in the main bedroom. Deputies found the bathroom door was locked and saw dried blood on the floor under the door. There was a single bullet hole in the door. Deputies were unable to fully force open the bathroom door, but saw a bullet and the body of a man inside the bathroom who was also dead. Deputies did not describe where the 2 other bodies were found inside the home. What is going on here? What happened in July? What the hell? That is. I think we all need some brain bleach after that one. I think we need some bleach, like a scrubbing brush, and we all need to pretend like we never read that. That is gross. It's gross and horrific and sad, and definitely qualifies for some brain bleach. Definitely. Let's play the video. All right, let's play it.
We are learning new details about the investigation into 4 people found dead in a Pierce County home. The bodies were discovered on New Year's Eve on Eastwood Avenue in South Hill. A search warrant says deputies got multiple calls for a welfare check there, including from a neighbor who hadn't seen the family living there since August. Deputies say they met a family member at the home who climbed in through a window and then discovered somebody dead inside. Deputies then entered the home and found another body with a bullet nearby. Deputies did not say where they found the other 2 bodies, but they did tell us they found 2 fridges leaking fluids with Post-it notes attached to each saying time of death, July 24th. The medical examiner has not determined how the people in the home died or how long the bodies were there yet. Deputies say they don't believe there are any outstanding suspects.
What the hell? I don't know. I don't understand what happened in July. Why did it take until December So you think about that, right? There's all these bodies in the home. They've been degrading in the summer heat and then through winter. Ugh, what the hell? All right, let's go here. Yeah, let's go to Como. They got a bit of a longer explanation about it.
County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the deaths of 4 people near Puyallup.
Deputies found a man and woman dead after responding to a home on Eastwood Avenue East for a welfare check.
When they got a warrant to search the rest of the home, they discovered 2 more adults dead. Como's Jackie Kent is there live tonight with the latest information for us. Jackie?
Yeah, a lot of emotion, as you can imagine, in this neighborhood over this tragedy. I can tell you the sheriff's office and the medical examiner left in just the past hour, wrapping up a nearly 10-hour day at this house right behind me. Sheriff's office spokesperson, tells me it is still too soon to say whether this will be investigated as a homicide. A grim discovery on New Year's Eve that started with a welfare check.
Family members hadn't been heard from in a while, so we came out to the home.
Pierce County deputies found a man and woman dead inside this house. Then a warrant for a more in-depth search revealed 2 more bodies. Hours after the police tape went up, Deputy Carly Capetto explained there is no additional threat to the public.
We're not looking for any suspects at this time. We don't have anybody outstanding or any person of interest that we're looking for.
It's unclear how long the 4 bodies have been here. The PCSD was at the residence a few days earlier for what would have been the first welfare check, but the agency did not have enough information at the time to enter. This is expected to be an in-depth investigation involving forensics to piece together what led to the tragedy, how the 4 people knew each other, as well as what injuries they may have sustained.
Our detectives are trying to even make sense of that. The fact that we don't even have genders or ages to reveal at this time kind of puts an understanding of what they're dealing with right now.
With the sound of popping fireworks overhead and many people looking forward to 2025, Deputy Capetto notes one stark reminder in light of what happened here.
The holidays aren't always a happy time for everybody, and we should be checking on our loved ones and our family members and ensuring that everybody is safe.
Yeah, I mean, not just Christmas and New Year's, but it was also 4th of July, maybe. Yeah, Puyallup is how they pronounced it. I know my Australian accent makes it sound weird, but yeah, Puyallup is how she said it. Months, yeah, for half a year, not months, half a year. Time of death, July 24, 5:45 a.m. And the other one says time of death, July 24th, 3 p.m. So it sounds like someone died first at July, like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I don't know. Somebody died very early in the morning, 5:45 a.m. on the 24th of July. And then the second person allegedly died later that day at 3 p.m. That doesn't explain how the other 2 people died. That says 2. Puyallup, yeah. Does it? Oh, I didn't know that. April B says not even genders are known. Yeah, it'd be huge amounts of decomp. You get liquids coming from a fridge. That is liquefaction of human remains. That is like human soup. There's not much left. Yeah. Yeah, Puyallup. That's how I'd pronounce it, but I'm Australian and, I live upside down on the bottom of the world. You can blame me for that. Marylander says, is that Washington State? I don't know. It got sent to me in an email. Where is this from? Yeah, Washington, Pierce County. Pierce County in Washington. Where is that? Is that near Mamta? Because she's from that area too. Or is this the other Washington? Oh, this would be the one on the Pacific Northwest, right? No, Washington. No, Pierce County, Washington. You guys in your double naming places is annoying. It's in King County. Yeah, so it's on the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, I thought so. So it's not the Washington where all the people yell at each other and pretend to make laws and vote on stuff. It's the one on the west coast of America. So near Tacoma, near Tacoma. Yeah, we did a story from there earlier this year. Do you remember? We did a story about a hairdresser who went missing, and they think it was the ex-husband. We did that earlier this year. TYO says, I live near Mampta in Virginia. That's right. Kathy Lynch said, this is the first time I've ever heard that town pronounced. Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of that town before. I Hate Morning says, between Seattle and Tacoma. Okay. Yeah, in Renton, that's right. She was a hairdresser. Who wrote the notes? I don't know. Someone. Rachel says about 8 hours from me. Probably the guy with the gunshot wound in the bathroom. Something is a little hinky about the whole thing. They said the other people were all scattered across the home, but they found one person in the bathroom with a gunshot wound. So maybe him? Maybe he wrote the notes? State of Washington, yes. Oh, did you? You just went to Seattle? Interesting. Yeah, Renton, we did that story about a hairdresser. If I can find it. Didn't they end up finding her in Mexico? Didn't they find her in Mexico? Or something like that? It's been a while since I did the story. Let's have a look. Yeah, her name was Reina Hernandez. That's right. She was a Latina transgender woman. I don't know why we need to know about her being transgender, but sure. I guess that's who she was. Here you go. Reina Hernandez, Latina trans woman, salon owner, and vibrant spirit killed in Washington state. They say she was shot and killed in Renton, Washington, February 26, 2024. And yeah, it was a very sad story. She was missing for a period of time. Guys, hold on. All right, we are back. Pamela says, I live down the road from a gay bar called After Dark Nightclub. Are you saying that this channel is a gay bar? I mean, I'm not offended, but it's an interesting accusation. Pamela says, hi, Marilyn. Hi. Cheers to my Pacific Northwest buddy. Yeah. Hey, Natasha. Good to see you. Yeah, this was a very sad story. I remember they were looking for her for ages. I don't know why I think she was found in Mexico. Oh, yeah, she was. They say tragically on March 2nd, 2024, Reina was found dead from a gunshot wound in a cemetery in Mexicali, Mexico, with her body tied to a nearby tree. Evidence suggests she had also been tortured prior to her death. That's right. We showed you the photos. 1 second, I'll grab them. I haven't seen Gambler since Christmas. No, I haven't. Since I went to Tasmania, I haven't seen him. So I don't know if he's all. I hope he's all right. Mr. Gambler, if you are out there, please reach out to me and let me know you're okay. I hope he's doing all right. Oh, you're in Glenelg? Have fun in Glenelg. Watch out for the giant bites that live in the water. April B says almost a year ago. Doesn't seem that long ago. Hey, we did 500 videos this year, so it seems like forever. Oh, you said I live down the road from a gay bar. Okay. Yeah, no, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Raining? Raining in the Pacific Northwest. That is not uncommon, right? Doesn't it rain quite a lot in the that's why you all have the trees and the forests and the greenery out that way. Let's see. Rena was killed in Rent. No, that's not what we want. Yeah, we actually saw some of the original photos from that cemetery. I don't know if they're around anymore. I'm just trying to see if I can find any of them. Not as easy to find anymore. Rena Hernandez. I remember it took us a lot of research to find the original Mexican news article, because originally, if my memory's serving me correct, they found the body like a while ago at that cemetery, and they didn't know who it was. They're just like, oh, some guy died at a cemetery in Mexico, and they were like, oh, it was probably drug related, and it sort of sat for a while, and then eventually authorities in Washington made a connection that this might be Rena, and they started figuring it out. Let me see. Yeah, here. This was where they found her body. Right here. In this cemetery, and over here under this tree was where they found her body. Pretty sure they found like a bunch of random items too, like I can't remember what it was, but all these weird items like bullet casings and some other weird things. Hey. That was her salon. And this was the person who is accused of killing her. It is 61-year-old Luis Hernandez. So he was accused of killing Rena. And that was her salon. Yeah, so she was found in that cemetery in Mexicali. They said her ex-husband was apprehended by the military at a checkpoint in Baja California on March 9. The 61-year-old was carrying a large amount of cash and 6 packages containing fentanyl and firearm ammunition. At the time of his arrest, Louis was driving a 2009 Ford Flex registered to Reina's stepson. It's unknown if Reina was murdered in the US or Mexico. It's a case of special investigation where they are in coordination with the US authorities because there is a possibility that she has been deprived of her life in the US, according to the Mexicali state prosecutor back then. They said it was one of their lines of the investigation that they hadn't been able to corroborate, and that her body, they believe maybe her body was brought down and thrown into the Pantheon. They say the prosecutor confirmed that the victim was a transgendered woman. So there you go. That was a very sad, I think they're all sad, aren't they? Very strange case. The fact, like, why would you take her all the way to Mexico? And yeah, don't know why you do that. I think it was her ex-husband. Yeah. Texas Roadrunner says, where in Mexico the family member drove with the mum's coffin? Was that Mexico or was that South America? I feel like that was South America. Or am I wrong? That was the other week, right? Yeah. Maybe I am wrong, but Spanish Cemetery. I don't think it's the same place as where Reina was found, but yeah. La Carriona municipal cemetery. And where was that at? Avilés? All my Spanish names don't sound like what they should. Where is this? Oh, it's in Spain. Sorry, ping. Yeah, in Spain, not Mexico, not Mexico. In Spain. Yeah, that was the story we read the other day about a man who drove to a cemetery, hijacked his mum's coffin, and then drove her home until police raided his property and took his mother back to the cemetery to be put to rest. But when he was trying to take her from the cemetery, he was yelling at them about how they had stolen his mother and how maybe she wasn't really dead. And how do they know that she was dead? That was a weird one. Oh, whose dog got hurt? Oh, I'm sorry that my cats do that. They run around the corner and they slide out, and Rory has hurt her back like 5 million times doing something very similar. So we had to buy like non-stick or not non-stick mats that don't slide across the ground. So when they run around the corner, they can grip into the mat. Maybe complex grief. Yeah. Marlene says keep that guy away from school. Yeah. Maybe. That was this guy here. They said yeah. They say witnesses informed a local priest after the dead woman's grown-up son marched up to the funeral niche where she had been laid to rest, yelling she had been taken from her home without permission. He then proceeded to remove flowers from the tomb and put her tombstone on the ground before smashing a brick partition protecting the coffin and dragging it to his nearby car. Shocked onlookers are said to have tried to dissuade him from his extraordinary action, but he reportedly reacted by asking them for help before placing the coffin in the boot of the vehicle where he had already lowered the back seat so it would fit in, and driving the 2 miles back to his home with his mother and her coffin. Police found him and his dead mother at the property still in her casket and arrested him before returning the coffin to the cemetery so it could be put back in its final resting place. So, yeah, that was a weird story. Oh, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Oh, thank you. You emailed it to me, my friend? A fire injury update. Hold on. It's not showing up for ping. Yeah, no email. You mean you sent it right now? I don't have one. It could be going slow or something, but I don't see one. Nope. Maybe it'll come through before we end the show. Extreme Mama's Boy? Yeah, a little bit. The Beaumont children missing 59 years ago this month from a Glenelg beach. Sean, is that why you're there? You went down there because you had to revisit the scene of the crime, and now you're back to confess. You're there to confess, aren't you? I knew there was a reason you were going to South Australia. I had a feeling. I was like, why would he be going to South Australia? He doesn't really have a son. This is all a cover story. He's heading out there, and now we know he's heading out there for the 59th anniversary of the Beaumont children being missing. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tells you. Marylander says, like Norman Bates in Psycho. Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Sean says, always on my mind when I come here. See, he's admitting. It's a confession. He just told you he always goes there, and it's always on his mind. That's what a killer would say. It's like a mental trophy. Okay. All right. What time is it? 5:07. Oh, hold on, guys. What? All right. All right. Sorry, Mrs. Ping was writing something. You weren't born yet. You weren't born yesterday. Carolina says he can't get it out of his mind. Exactly. It's like Dexter. Like Dexter, he keeps mental trophies. You know, because his dad told him, stop taking earrings from dead women. All right. All right, you crazy people. By the way, thank you for that absolutely horrific story. I hate mornings. We'll have to look into that when we get more information about the 4 people found dead, just before New Year's in Washington. That is never heard anything like that. That is so bizarre. Don't know why. It almost sounds like like the person who maybe did the killing maybe staged it, because it's weird that somebody died at 5:45 a.m. in the morning, and then someone else died at 3 p.m. It's almost like it's odd. It's very strange. Let's see. Oh, okay. We have a missing person. They say here, a search for a missing man 27 is heating up after the personal trainer vanished without a trace in Fix Crossing. They say Jack McLennan, 27, went missing on October 4th, 2024. Only his hat, shoes, and wallet and a debit card have been found. They say his grief-stricken family of a young man who vanished from a popular camping site are hopeful he could be found after 4 police officers joined the search. They say Sunshine Coast man Jack, 27, was last seen in the area 3 hours north of West Brisbane near Murgon on October 4th, 2024. The gym instructor had been spending time with a friend at a fishing spot, but is believed to have left on foot sometime between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. A manhunt was launched after his family reported him missing the following day. A land and air search that focused on the ground west of the area failed to locate him and was scaled back 3 weeks later. But his mum, whose name is Kelly, had not stopped looking for her missing son and has coordinated extensive searches since October with the help of people from the community. She says in a post on Facebook, things are starting to heat up in the search for her son. And here's a photo of him right here. Looks like a nice young man. And they found a shoe. Maybe his shoe. They found the 27-year-old shoe on October 10, 6 days after he went missing. She says on Facebook, things are starting to heat up in some certain areas up there, and it's because of this she's calling herself a super strong mama bear, because she's saying it's because of her effort to find her son. They say 4 more investigators are on their way up from Brisbane. She says, I know you've lost all faith in the Queensland police, but they're listening to you now. Someone was telling her the Queensland police are finally acting to help find her son. They say Miss Moody previously shared her frustration at police efforts during the search for her son and urged anyone with information to come forward. Yeah. So they're saying things are starting to heat up with 4 investigators put on the investigation into what happened to her son. That is, yeah, there you go. And a hat. They found his hat. Odd. It's almost like someone threw it out of a car. like as I was driving along, they like every 2K or whatever, just threw an item out the car to scatter it, so no one would find it. They're saying the update comes after Miss Moody claimed her son had met with unsavory people the night before he disappeared. Miss Moody said the notion her son's disappearance was crime-related was the worst-case scenario, but that she was holding out hope he is alive. She says Jack was not a confronting person, especially with alcohol, and others I hear have a trigger temper. I know one thing, if Jack saw something unjust or morally wrong, he would speak up, and that could annoy certain corrupt scum that reside in our so-called idyllic community. Miss Moody hopes her son's case will be transferred to the AFP, which is like the FBI, and that she hopes more resources will be assigned to her son's missing person case. There's a CCTV footage showing him before he went missing at a alcohol shop in Mergen about 1:30 p.m. on October 4. I didn't even hear about this, and we search true crime every day, but I've never heard of this before this particular article. But it is odd, like a random shoe and then a random hat. There's something strange about that. Let me see. Bigfoot over to Jacqueline. All right. Let's go to Win News on the Sunshine Coast.
Now it's turned into what missing man Jack McLennan's mother describes as a terrible mystery.
I've been out here a lot just because I know this was where Jack was. The shoes were found here. He told me he was here, so I have been out here a lot, but I've also been in a lot of surrounding areas in the South Burnett, just looking for my son every day.
Jack's mother, sister and aunt today speaking with Win News at Fix Crossing Recreational Grounds between Wanda and Mergen, where he was last seen on October 4.
In the last couple of days, some items have been found that are definitely Jack's within the kilometres around this area.
The findings sparking calls from the family for more volunteers to help in the search.
We'd like to start up another big search, perhaps this Saturday, kick off at 8 o'clock down here at Fix, and get more of the public involved, because we've only had numbers around 10, and we just need big numbers to get out there. But I just hope more people come out and help us, because we really need it.
Younger sister Sydney just wants her big brother home.
He was my role model. I always looked up to him. He was my personal trainer for a while, so we'd always spend time at the gym, and he was just fun and enthusiastic all the time.
You can hear the pain in their voice talking about their brother and son that they can't find, and to have him missing since October must be very hard. Reminds me of that black man that we were searching for in Carolina. Do you remember him? And his family's been searching for him for a long time, and I don't think they ever got a resolution. He was in a car, and they found the car parked at the national park, and then he went missing. So very similar to that. But his parents just seem like they're doing everything they can to try and bring this young man home, and I hope they do find him. I mean, 4 investigators, that's pretty good. Hopefully they can turn up like what happened to him. Maybe he left it like a breadcrumb, like he was breadcrumbing, trying to show people where he was located or going. But it's a long time since October not to hear from him at all. Very, very strange.
Jack's mother still remains hopeful for a Christmas miracle.
I don't want to think the worst. I know I have to, and that is a possibility. But I just want to think my son is out there, and I need to find him and bring him back to us.
And I hope she does. I hope she does. It must be one of the hardest things, knowing that you have a loved one who's been potentially killed, but not just that, that you don't know where they are. It's the open-ended possibilities that seem to cause so much more pain and trauma. I mean, losing a person is tough enough, but not knowing where they are or not knowing why they're not there it amplifies it. Pretty awful. I'll keep an eye on this. I will try and talk to her on Facebook and see if she'll tell us anything about the search. That would be good. I'll reach out to her tonight and see if she'll talk to us at all. Yeah, what is going on? No new updates. No new updates. That's odd. Is everything gone quiet because it's after midnight? Just that they're saying, wow, look at this photo. It doesn't even look real. It looks like something that was made with AI. Look at that. That's like someone's mansion that's burned down. You know, when you see the helicopter and the water looks so tiny compared to the fire, it shows you the scale of how bad this fire is. Oh, Ben Affleck. He's in the fire path. Okay. Oh, so's Tom Hanks. A lot of people that live in the area. A lot of people. Including an NBA star, Kawhi Leonard. Actor James Wood. There you go. Look at that. That's someone's home. How terrible. Awful, this fire. Yeah, that's right. Zelig Williams. That's right. We've done a few shows on Zelig. Rachel says maybe he left. Yeah, I think he might have. All right. Do you guys want me to come back later on, early hours USA time, and keep covering the fire? Because I will. If you want me to come back like 7 a.m. American time, I will. All right, then I will come back at 7 a.m. and we'll continue the fire coverage. I know you'll be asleep by then, April B. I know. That's all right. You can catch it when you wake up. Because I just figure like everyone's sort of winding down to go to bed now. Yeah, you'll be asleep. That's okay. Hey, woodland creatures. How are you? Just got here. Just finished working. Hello. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. By the way, I have had a lot of inquiries into January's hoodie giveaway. So there's so many people that want to win it. So I'm going to do this for January. For this week, if you send in a donation, I will double your entries for January. So I know there's a lot of people that are like, I want to get more entries. So that's what we're going to do just for this week until Monday. Rachel said, yes, I'm West Coast, but I can always catch a replay in the morning. I'm glad that people do catch a replay. If you're on the replay crew, hey, good to see you all. I'm sorry that you can't be here live, but you know, say hi in the comments. I had some great people reach out over New Year's that I haven't seen their names, you know, in the chat for a long time, but they left comments for New Year's, and I was so happy to see them. A couple of guys that I only see every now and then. It was really nice to hear from them. Jojo says Miley Cyrus said her grandmother had gave her pictures of Elvis she took, and they burned in her house. Oh, that's traumatic for them. Natasha says always here for your coverage. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know we've been a little bit Australian heavy this week, but we'll get back to America. The young black man that went missing in Arkansas. A young black man that went missing in Arkansas. Possibly. Let me see. Is it? No, I don't think I know which one it is. There's been the one that went running from the party. I remember that. If that's the one you're talking about. You're winding down. All right, Mod of Doom. Wield that hammer. Wield it. Is it the one that was they were at a party with another guy, and then for some reason he ran away, and they believe someone killed him, but I'm not sure if that's the right one. I know it's a very vague description, but that's all I remember. All right. That might be about 12 Yes, I think it'd be around 12 UK time, like lunchtime UK. Okay, hold on. Let me check one thing and then we'll get out of here for the night. All right, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, if you're in California, if you're anywhere near this fire, I hope you're okay and safe somewhere and we're able to get out early. Things can always be replaced as long as hopefully you're able to take things like wedding photos or, your Nana's hand-me-down things that she gave you as trinkets and stuff. But the other stuff is just material, right? You can get it again. It's just make sure you're alive. And I'm thinking about all the firefighters who are working throughout the night, all the police that are doing roadblocks and coordinating things, all the tankers and the people driving. Thank you to all of them. They do such a great oftentimes thankless job for the community. So I'll look into it, Kathy. If you find it, email it to me. It's about 5:30 p.m. So I've got to go. I've got to go get I've got to go get Mrs. Ping, and I got to eat dinner and stuff like that. So yes, it's 5:30 in the evening here, down here in Melbourne. It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar, Kathy. Is he? Steve is? I don't know. I messaged him a couple of weeks ago and he never got back to me. So I don't know. I was asking him for some help with something, but I don't know. Maybe he's just so busy. He, you know, didn't have time or something. I don't know. Siana says, what time you will be back? So if it's 5:30 now, I'll come on about 9 or 10, which is about 4.5 hours from now. So it'll be very, very early morning, USA. Diane Marie says, planes are now grounded. Yes. I think I showed you guys a little bit. Guys, girls, and octopus. There's nothing here. Look. They're all on the ground. There's no one fighting the fire. Just commercial aircraft flying in and out of LAX. Here we go. Who's this? The Anaheim Police Department, but they're not fighting the fire. The fire's over here near Calabasas. So I think it's like right here or something around here. They were all flying around here earlier, but very quiet. The skies in LA are very, very, very quiet right now. No, no helicopters, no super scooper things, no, no Chinook things, and no nothing right now. Yeah. Good night, Carlisa. I will. I'll tell Muffin. Yes, I will. Okay. All right. We'll be back to do more fire coverage in the very early hours of the US. Yeah, Diane Marie, this map shows firefighting aircraft if they're there, but right now it doesn't show any. See, you can go here. Oh, that didn't work. But there's a little tag here you can actually use. If you go filters and go down to like military, this will often show like police and firefighting, that type of thing, but nothing out right now. Nothing out. All right. I love you all. I'll see you in like 4.5 hours, okay? Bye. Good night. Love you all. All right. We'll have more coverage in a few hours, okay? I hope your brother's doing okay. He's safe where he is. All right, good. Good. Yeah, good night. Good night. See you later. Peace.